This month on Mini Moose Writers, we are focusing on personal essays. We know that October is definitely spooky season, but it is also college essay season. And many of our students and our former students are writing college essays. And so we want to be here to support with that. And we know that writing personal essays and personal narratives is also something that most teachers do in their classes all year long. So for each of our mentor text Greenlights in October, we are going to be highlighting some of our favorite personal essays. And our very first one is maybe my favorite personal essay of all time, The Fourth State of Matter by Joanne Beard. So just a quick trigger warning, The Fourth State of Matter by Joanne Beard is a heavier personal essay. It deals with the topics of suicide. It also deals with the topics of a mass shooting, okay? This is about the mass shooting at Iowa University in the physics department in 1991. However, I will say that even though this topic is incredibly heavy, incredibly weighty, and needs to be dealt with in the classroom with so much care and so much attention to make sure that the students are ready to take this in, I think that Joanne Beard does something sort of magical in this essay, which is her ability to take this day in her life that changed the course of events for her and so many other people forever, and marry that with the sort of mundane, everyday moments that all of us experience. And I think in that way, that's kind of something that you're hoping to do in a college essay or in a personal narrative, is to be able to take something that has changed you and to be able to juxtapose that against the everyday moments that also make you yourself. And so Joanne Beard does this in an incredible way. She's able to sort of make her tone facetious and self-deprecating. There's humor in this essay. And it's sort of cosmic, her ability to create this balance between her emotions. Like, we are caught in this sort of equilibrium, and it almost feels like in the essay, as you're reading it, you are reading the process of her own healing. And it's really incredible. So I think there are three things that I would pull out of this essay to teach my students. And one would be Joanne Beard's use of diction. She is incredible in the way that she chooses her words. They all have a very particular place in every moment, in every sentence. She is also able to connect her diction with her theme. So the fourth state of matter is plasma, and so this is sort of a theme throughout the writing, the idea of plasma and the equilibrium that we are all caught in our lives during pivotal moments that change us. And so her work in a physics lab in the University of Iowa, she was a writer, and she was constantly surrounded by scientists. And so in the writing, she uses these sort of like astronomical terms that connect to space and the cosmos. And it's really amazing because it really elevates the overall tone of her writing and gives you a sense that she is in a space that is a little bit foreign to her, but is also quite amazing at the same time. She also is a master of theme. From the very beginning of the writing, she is able to present several themes right away, one of them being the fragility of life. And I think that her ability to do this is incredible because she takes this very, very heavy theme, and like I said, she kind of brings a little bit of comedy to it. She talks in the very beginning about how her dog is basically in the process of dying, and somehow that very, very sad thing, she makes it hilarious and also incredibly relatable for all of us, because she shows just how much we are unable as humans to sometimes accept the fragility of life, and that it is something that she personally has like a really hard time letting go of. She has a hard time letting go of her dog, and she has a hard time letting go of the other characters that emerge in the story. And then finally, I have sort of already alluded to this, but the thing that I think she does incredibly well in this essay is her ability to juxtapose ideas consistently throughout the essay. So one of my favorite examples is in the third paragraph here, and I'll just read it really quick. It says, "In the porch light, the trees shiver, the squirrels turn over in their sleep. The Milky Way is a long smear across the sky like something erased on a blackboard." And so in just those two sentences, she sets up this contradiction between the terrestrial and the extraterrestrial. And you see things being played against each other throughout the course of the entire essay. And this ability to juxtapose two ideas that seem in contrast to one another, again, give you that sense of equilibrium, that sense of suspension in her emotions, in her tone, and in her experience. And that's sort of where she ends the essay too, talking about how she was sort of suspended almost in this state of animation, suspended animation, right after this event happened, because it changed her life. And she really didn't know what to do afterwards. And so she was sort of caught in a limbo of sorts and in a state of like plasmic animation. So I think it's an incredible essay. I could not recommend it more, just for a personal read, or if you want to use it with your students. There are so many things to draw out of this incredibly rich text. So again, that's The Fourth State of Matter by Joanne Beard.